So in today's video we are doing a drugstore makeup tutorial. This video is 100% drugstore, so these are all products that you can find at Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, Target, or Ulta. So more in like the affordable side. So pretty much my whole kind of like thinking of this look, does that even make sense? The whole reason I decided to create this look is because I picked up the new Covergirl Jewels palette. So Covergirl has 3 different palettes already. It's like the Goldens, the Nudes, and the Rose or something like that. And all of those palettes are so pretty, and every time I walk past them at work, I'm like, like, do I want to buy them? I am not 100% sure what they retail for. I think they're in between, like, let's stick on my teeth. I think it's in between, like, $10 to $13, so it's like kind of in that range. But anyways, back to the whole look. I picked up this palette, and this is the newest the newest CoverGirl palette. Now this one is the CoverGirl TrueNaked Jewels palette, so it has a little bit more color as opposed to the neutrals that the other 3 palettes have. So they have like the pop of colors, with also having some golden, some olives, and also these kind of like really pretty pink colors in the corner. And I've done a look doing that, or using this palette with these as well and I posted on Snapchat. But I'm not going to do a look with that anytime soon because I always do like rose golds and stuff like that, so I'm gonna hold off with that. But this green, this olive green, really drew my eye, and you guys know that I have been loving olive green lately. It's just like one of my favorite colors. Olive green and maroon have become like my 2 favorite colors lately. So I was going to do a look with the blue, but I have a different blue look in mind coming soon. So I pretty much just did a glitter cut crease, which I've done, but I didn't like how it turned out. So I'm really loving the way that this turned out. And can you guys believe that this look is using all drugstore? There's no high-end products, even down to the lashes. The lashes are by Eyeliner, and you can find them at Ulta. So yeah, you guys, I am like super duper obsessed with this look. So if you guys haven't heard of this palette, you should definitely give it a go. It has a little sticker that says shades like the leading $50 eyeshadow palette, and they are really nice shades. The only thing with this olive green is, since it's so sparkly, you have to use an eyeshadow base underneath of it to get the pigment to actually show up. I ended up using this Revlon eye art in the shade Desert Dazzle. So the eye arts have the kind of like eye polish and then the glitter on the other side. I ended up using this as a base for the green in the palette, and then popping the gold in the inner corner. So nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I wanted to get one video up that used everything that you guys can find at your local store. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe before you go. Mwah. Bye!
Guys, so we gotta start by priming our lids, and I am using my LA Girl Pro Concealer to do so. I usually like to use concealers to prime my lids. It's just one of my favorite ways to prime, and it's easy because you use the concealer. And then I go in with the NYX eyeshadow. This is a nude matte shade, and this is in Dance the Tides. If you guys have been OG like Maybelline, like you guys know this used to be my ride or die shade. Like I love this shade. So anyways, I'm putting that into my crease as my transition shade. Then I'm going into the Maybelline the Nudes palette, and I'm taking this brown shade here on a Pretty Bar pink martini brush, and I'm just working this into the crease. If you can see, I'm not placing this out into the outer V. I'm just placing it out into the outer crease and working it into the inner crease evenly. So I just go back and forth with windshield wiper motions. Then I take the black shade out of the palette, which isn't very pigmented. I had to kind of like run it over the shadow multiple times to get pigmentation, but I'm taking this with a Sigma E25 dense eyeshadow brush and putting this right on top of where I applied the brown shade. Then I go back in with a little bit more brown just to blend the 2 shades together. Next, I'm taking this eye art in the shade Desert Sparkle, I believe it is, and I'm just taking a Sigma brush and I am cutting out my crease. So I'm taking it right off of the eyeshadow applicator that comes with this cream shadow, and I'm just using this to cut out the crease. I also form like a little triangle out on the edge that's going to make applying eyeliner a lot easier. So next I go into the Covergirl the Jewels palette, and I am taking the olive green shade out of this palette. I'm taking another the Pretty Bar Pink Martini brush, just their eyeshadow brush, and I am packing the shade all over. As you can see, it started out as a really dark olive green shade, and then when I apply this sparkly shimmery shade, it lightens it a little bit more. So I just pack this out all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner, also the tail of this shadow as well. Then I take this sparkle glittery shade, it's kind of like an olive green gold kind of shade, and I take a Sigma wing liner brush. This is the EO6 brush, and I am taking this because it's small, it's angled, and it can get really detailed into the crease. So I'm taking the glitter right off of the applicator once again and applying this to the crease as a glitter cut crease. So next I'm going in with liner. I'm taking my NYC Black Liquid Eyeliner. This is the matte black shade, and I'm just doing a wing liner following out on the outer tail, making sure to keep the three glitter, the green, and also the black separated. I am using my Eyeliner Luxe Gilded lashes, and then I'm priming my skin with my Soap & Glory Kick-Ass Super Blur Primer. You guys see it in a lot of videos. It's one of my favorite primers. I reach for it all the time because it's just really easy to smooth all over the face and then go in with your foundation. So for the foundation today, I'm using the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Luminous foundation. This is in the shade Tawny. This does look very, very warm on camera, but it's not very warm in person. And this is a little bit more of illuminating foundation, so it gives off kind of like a little glow. And then I go back in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I am highlighting with it. So I take it underneath of the eyes, up the side of the nose, as well as down the bridge of the nose, the cupid's bow, the chin, and also the center of the forehead. And then I go ahead and blend that out off camera because who wants to really stare at me blending out concealer, you know? And then to set that, I am taking the Rimmel London Stay Matte Pressed Powder in the shade Transparent, and I am just taking a Sigma F45 tapered highlighting brush, and I'm just using this to set the concealer. I do really like using a loose powder, but I don't really have a loose powder that I really wanted to use in this tutorial. So next I go in and contour, and I love my Black Radiance contour palette. This is the True Complexion contour powder in the shade medium/dark. And I just use a small kind of powder brush, and I use that to kind of contour/bronze up the perimeter of my face. And then I also go ahead and I use a Brushcraft brush. This is the Circle 1R brush, and I use that to blend or contour down the side of my nose. And be careful because you can kind of go overboard. And next I go with blush, and I'm using my number 7 blush. This is just a powder brush in the shade Berry Crush. Very, very, very pigmented, so if you don't like a lot of blush, don't apply a lot of blush like me. And then to highlight my cheekbones, I am taking my Wet n Wild highlighter. This is in the shade Precious Petals. They did just come out with 2 of these, so Precious Petals and then another shade that's a little bit more for like deeper, darker skin tones, but we can wear whatever, you know. So I just highlight all of my face, and then I go in with a NYX Slide On Glide On, but definitely a turn on, a waterproof eyeliner pencil, and this is in extreme black. It's just a black liner pencil, and then I go back in with the black out of the Nudes palette by Maybelline, and I use that on a Sigma smudge brush, and I just smudge this back and forth. I don't use a brown to smoke it out, but you can if you want. I just really applied a lot of black because I wanted it to be really smoky. And then after that, I applied the gold shade out of the Jewels palette with a Anastasia Beverly Hills double-ended brush that came with one of the palettes. And then for lips, I was going to go in with a new lip gloss lipstick type thing that I had, but it didn't look really good. So I'm going in with a NYX lip liner in the shade Downtown Beauty. It's one of my favorite like true brown lip liners. And then I went in with the Respecting liquid lipstick by NYX as well in the shade Downtown Beauty. So I wanted to go with something a little lighter, but then I was like, ooh, brown would look cute with it. So I just went with the brown. I just went with it, you guys. So if not, a really pretty pinkish kind of gloss would look really pretty with this as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. You know the dealio. Hey, never mind. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love y'all, and I'll see you guys soon. Mwah. Bye.